Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to another recording of Hearthstone. Let's see, we've got some quests here. We need to get 2 more victories with Mage and win 5 victories with Paladin Priests and cast another 14 spells. Shop is closed. The Hearthstone servers are having trouble. I'm gonna play as Mage. I was playing as Hunter last recording. And I'm gonna just play Standard for now. I suppose that's gonna change. But when I really think about it, Standard is the play for me. What it certainly feels like when I was rebuilding all the decks is that Standard decks are just Standard play. You don't get crazy combinations. Like here right now is about the craziest combinations you'll find in a Standard deck. This guy and other spells that will work with this guy, which is what's intended. But what you won't see is a card where it's like, if you play this card and summon this card and play this card, those 3 card combinations are going to do 28 damage to the face at any specific turn past the 4th turn. That kind of stuff is simply just not available because of the way they added very few cards in Whispers of the Old Gods that had insane interactions, and they banned a lot of the cards in gee, I guess I could have waited 1 more turn. They banned Nexramus and Goblins vs. Gnomes that did have a lot of cards that had those kind of interactions. So, why does that make me think I should play Standard? Simply, I don't have those cards. There's a ton of cards I don't have with Goblins vs. Gnomes and well, I have all of Nexramus. You have to have. If you have Nexramus at all, you have it all. 1 damage to all enemy minions. I've got to play this.
Light your fire.
So for that reason, Standard is almost certainly gonna give me more of a win ratio, because the opponents can't play crazy combinations, and that's what was happening, or at least that's my guess as to what was happening before they introduced Standard. As I was playing against a lot of people at the beginning of the month that were ranked 20 that should have been really ranked a lot higher, and on top of that, they they had cards that I just simply didn't have. And so now, if you just play some Standard, really easy to, I'm gonna say the word Standard a lot here, I'm recognizing. If you just play some easy to recognize strategies, Flamewalker with spells in a Mage deck, how simple is that? You're gonna win. Or it seems like I'm gonna win a little bit more. It also feels like we've gotten some new players, which, if the new players all go to Standards where they should, I may now actually be causing
Cooking time.
I was trying to see if playing this would activate that, and it didn't. Interesting. Cast a random spell. After you cast a spell, apparently I didn't cast a spell, the Servant of Yogg Saron did. Interesting. So minions can cast spells now, at least according to the game. Or maybe that's a bug. They've done what seems like one hotfix already, and I wouldn't be surprised with this new expansion that they did a couple more that They probably have been doing hot fixes all the time. It's just
I let
the first time I've seen it. Let's see. I could not play that. Give adjacent minions spell damage plus. Well, if I do that, then I can't do this. I think I have to do this.
cooking time.
Flame on!
So just basic cards here. I mean, I didn't even play Ancient Mage, and I think he's a classic card before. In a lot of ways too, I think this was the deck rebuilds needed to happen months ago, even without the expansion coming out. I just needed to have bit the bullet and done it. Spend all of your mana, deal that much damage. Not yet.
Flame on!
Here's one. I could cast this and still do 2 damage to him. If I had 1 mana left, I would win. Right now. This is a great card. There's for almost every character, there's a 0 mana card that will spend all your mana and do something great. A couple of them aren't really worth playing, but the others are insanely perfect. So I could do this for 4 mana and do 8 damage, or I could do this and so let's see, if I did 4 mana, could I do anything else? Nah, it's just 1. No, let's go ahead and do this, why not? No, this one actually only does it to a minion, ooh. See, that's kind of the problem. You gotta make sure you know what you're doing. Either way, I won. Keep on playing. So, standard. Yeah, I'm hot on standard right now. What's gonna be a nightmare is trying to maintain wild and standard at rank 20. And right now I'm just playing on casual. I think my highest rank right now is 19. And that was what our goal was, is to get everything up to 19.
I will fight with honor.
You asked for it.
After I get my sea legs a little bit, there is a decent chance that I'll convince myself to simply not stop at 19 and play more ranked. Right now I'm playing casual at the end of the month. We'll see what ranked feels like in a while.
Just like you.
This is gonna be great. Next turn, if he doesn't kill this guy, I'll play
Don't
this.
worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Oh well. Well. Just gonna end this turn here. I've also adopted a slower paced game to, instead of trying to rush and get 4th turn victories and build decks that are around that concept, I'm now just simply trying to be more realistic. Let's play this because this will help more. So let's talk about views. views with the Whisper of the Old Gods expansions have been up a lot, but some very strange things are also going on with that.
The fire.
In the fact that you simply the videos like that got the most views and was my announcement of the 50-pack pre-purchase video, which was recorded weeks ago. And I think that's because it was recorded weeks ago in part, and it was because people were typing in 50-pack card pack opening, which was the wrong amount to type in because the game was actually giving everybody 3 extra packs. So everybody was doing 53 card pack videos and nobody was searching it because nobody knew about that or at least to some small extent. Cast a random spell. I'm gonna just attack with all these before I summon this guy. Just I'm looking for Flame Strike, but it could be any spell. Choose any minion.
Job done.
Here we have an 8 to 28. This would do 6 damage. I'll most certainly have the victory now. And look how many minions I have on the field too. I mean, that's just something I would never do in the previous deck. So, yeah, the announcement of the pre-purchase things, which isn't a card pack opening video, because I couldn't have made a card pack opening video then. And people were downvoting that video specifically because they thought it was a card pack opening video for weeks when nobody at all, unless they had secret access to a beta version of and a beta server of Hearthstone, could have done a card pack opening video.
May steal us.
It just wasn't available. But those thumbs downs actually helped me, so it's not even a bad deal. And if people put thumbs down, it's the same as thumbs up. It doesn't mean anything different at all.
Feeling chilly.
So, with that in mind, I was more than happy to get those thumbs down. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this guy, or try to. So what I ended up having to do on that video was put a link saying click here if you actually want to see a card pack opening video to my card pack opening video. That video was a big experiment in its title because there was 103 packs, so in a cheap attempt to try to get as many search results as possible. Search engine optimization, which I'm sure YouTube figured me out and worked around it fine. I put 50 times 2, so it would have the number 5, 0, and then 2, equals 100, so now it has the number 100 in the title, plus plus 3 equals 103. So it has 3 and 103. Whisper of the Old Gods card pack opening video. Which is cheap. It's cheap, it's stupid, it's silly math. It's accurate. There's no falsity there. It's just I'm using an expanded formula. Jeez, I think I may have just lost. Wow. I think that deserves a well play.
Well played.
Oh, they got rid of the one of the other emotes. The sorry about that emote, that's gone now. They've replaced it with a wow. Uh, which I don't think really changes anything, but whatever.
versus Khadgar.
Ah, this is the guy that you have to
Knowledge is power.
You
you have
asked
to
for it.
like go to BlizzCon or something to get that. I don't even remember what it was you had to do to get that. What happens though is whenever you get these guys, they replace your old guy, so you don't have the choice. You're just stuck with it then, and so that's
Job's done.
not really cool, in my opinion. So I would hate to lose the mage.
Greetings, fellow seeker of truth.
Hello.
Someday I'll be just like you.
So, like, I don't know why anybody would want to get those. I imagine this guy will be available for purchase eventually. So here's one I am playing simply because he has spell damage +1. I don't even have Cthulhu in this deck.
Job's done.
Interesting art thing
Cthulhu is my seed. Your deck.
So I also made a 10 card pack opening because I had another 10 card packs from doing quests.
Fire Lord.
Me?
Flame on.
And so I also linked that video to back to the 103 pack opening video. I don't think I'd ever do 103 card opening packs, and I still don't have a clue, but it has only been a few days. I don't have a clue what people really want or want me to talk about or do in a card pack opening video. It seems like I'm doing something pretty monotonous, just opening card packs, and people seem to want to watch it. It does get views, and that is strange to me.
Let's make magic.
Let's see.
Me?
Go ahead and hit the face. 11 to 30 here. Of course, we just saw in the last game that can be turned around somewhat easily. So, yeah, the 10 card pack opening is something. I also want to do a 1 card pack opening classic video just to see how fast I can make one as a goof. Since I have the 1 card pack, and you know, I'm just gonna.
Do you hear its call?
I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a 1 card pack opening, a 2 card pack opening, 3 card pack opening, 4 card pack opening, 5 card pack opening, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10. Let's see. This.
Someday I'll be just like you. Me?
I don't want to play Doomsayer here. That would be silly. I'll play him if he somehow manages to kill both of these characters before I beat him. Yeah, alright, I'll play Doomsayer now.
Your minions think you are weak.
Well, that's the game for me. Good news, good news. I think we'll go through recordings here, too. Amazingly enough, we're back to that. I'm almost done with that quest, that's good. Now I'm at a 50% win ratio. The ratios right now are a little off. We need Paladin or Priest now. Let's see. I moved everything around to the way it was before. We can play Paladin or Priest. They're both at max rank. We'll start with Paladin then. So that was just so we could go through the right order, which is what I did next in the videos, or what I'm going to talk about next. Actually, I did the 10 card pack opening. It was the very last Whisper of the Old Gods recording I did. Is I went through and rebuilt every single character as a standard deck and a wild deck. And there's definitely some weirdness there, just as to what people were interested in and what people weren't interested in. I would say it seems Hunter is the deck everybody was looking for, or the Hunter video came out just at the right time.
The light protects me.
But I'm not certain. I'm not certain if it was the time or if people just wanted Hunter. It seems like wild decks are probably a little less interested. Somebody put on one of my videos immediately, like the day it came out, the day Whisper of the Old Gods came out and Standard and Wild was introduced. Somebody said nobody cares about Wild anymore, and I'm like,
to your homes.
Technically we were playing as Wild, but it really has only been one day, so I'm like, that's amazing that you know this information. No, I was being sarcastic. I'm like, come on, really? It's been one day. We have no idea how many players are going to end up playing Wild and how many players are going to end up playing Standard right now. It's going to take a lot more to
Well met.
figure that out.
I fight.
This is a Silver Hand Recruits deck, if you haven't figured it out, with all these cards that give my 1/1 Silver Hand Recruits buffs, or summon more of them. It's a Divine Shield deck too, though.
I broke a diamond.
A lot of people are playing Cthulhu. I made 2 decks with Cthulhu, didn't really like either one of them, and probably are going to change them. Cthulhu is a very late game strategy, and I think in a lot of ways maybe that's the trick to it. That's why they put it out here, is that they wanted you to, they wanted people to waste their lives on that. I don't know how a better way to say this, but yeah, it feels like they wanted people to waste their time making Cthulhu decks and losing because they were so enthralled with the concept that it allowed more skilled people to go, wait a minute, the Cthulhu build is focused around exactly one card, which is a horrible deck strategy. Cthulhu is an awful deck strategy to have one card, literally one card, that if that one's beaten, your entire strategy falls apart, and you're just left with whatever minions you have. That's awful.
Well met.
Let's start getting some of this stuff to work in our favor. Give a random friendly minion Divine Shield. So yeah, Hunter deck rebuild on Standard I think is getting a lot. Like 150 views so far. Whereas all the wild ones have gotten about 50 views in 2 or 3 days now. It's hard to tell. I was up for so long and now my sleep schedule is a nightmare and everything's out of whack as far as all of that.
Mount up! Reporting for duty.
Nothing scares me. Except mice.
To battle!
Except nice, interesting.
To battle!
Uh, you can see with the Silverhand recruit strategy, you're just throwing things for board control.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Give a friendly minion Divine Shield.
Not on my watch.
Is that it?
The battle!
Here we go. So next turn I could do this for a 6/6, or I could. Yeah, next turn I think I want to play this legendary.
Avenge me!
So my other
In the light is my
videos are doing pretty good. They're about at 80, 90, 100 for the standard things. It seems up and down, up and down. My video series of looking at all the other cards in comparison that were done a couple days earlier, not a lot of views. They're sticking to about 50, I would say.
Back to your homes.
This,
reporting for
I don't have enough mana.
Don't test me, child. This is my responsibility.
Job done.
this will give me a 5/3 Ashbringer. He's got a lot of armor right now though, because he got 10 armor from this guy. 10 armor in particular would help a Cthulhu deck, because you can get to that 10th turn and have Cthulhu.
Truth is my shield.
Still doesn't have
Do you
Cthulhu.
hear its call? Listen closely.
Double minions attack. Is any of that gonna be helpful? Charge
Don't
divine
worry, Lux. The
shield.
cavalry's here.
This one would give a 1 health minion divine shield anyways.
Reporting for duty. The
So
battle!
this,
Giddy up!
this,
This is my responsibility.
and I could try to do this. Or I could hit it.
Back!
But I gotta do this really. And
This is my
this,
responsibility.
this, that's it. End the turn. He's almost out of cards here. But here comes Cthulhu. Cthulhu has this effect that looks really good, but then there's another card that does it that you'll often hit your own face, and it's not a very good animation because it needs to come up and like loop around and hit you in the face or something like that. Notice that his ability is still very much shown right here. Alright.
Reporting for duty.
We need to kill this guy. And I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do it yet. So we're gonna end the turn.
Let the pain
I could do this,
speak to
this would be
me.
6, and then double it, and then attack.
Listen closely.
give a friendly minion divine shield. That one won't work. This, then doubled.
This is my
This,
responsibility.
this, this,
Justice.
attack. So I can get this one out next
I
turn,
have an axe to grind.
and then double it to a 6 and have it attack. Then give it divine shield again. And then end the turn.
Do you hear its call?
Now Cthulhu is in the graveyard, but he'll still get powered up. I think. I think he'll still get powered up. Yep. Even though he's been destroyed and is technically in the graveyard.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Attack.
Not on my watch.
The divine shield.
The
This.
light protects me.
Go
For
ahead.
justice.
Well played.
Lose. Yes.
Reporting for duty.
Now, while this is a losing game, I'm not really too upset about it. That I feel like in a lot of points here,
Practice
my
makes
strategies were working. Well, I just got a little unlucky. I won't even say outplayed. I'm not even sure I really got outplayed. He certainly didn't have a devastating Cthulhu play there, because most people that have the devastating play with Cthulhu that I've seen so far win as soon as Cthulhu is played. They don't even have a chance to attack with him. His battle cry does it. So, back to the videos. I'm hoping videos go up more and more. It's very strange. Like, my Hearthstone deck tracker video is still the highest.
I will fight with honor.
Every video from the Whispers of the Lord Gods is pushing back to it. That's my biggest video. It's gotten over 40,000 views. We're over 101,000 videos now. Did I even mention that I did the over 100,000 views for my entire channel video? I did that. It was kind of weird. It was like a thank you video for 3 minutes, and then for
Job's done.
37 more minutes of talking about just how YouTube works and stuff.
Is someone injured?
Speaking of how YouTube works, I'll get to that in a second.
Reporting for duty.
So everything's pointing back to the Hearthstone deck tracker video. I want that to get over 100,000 views itself, because I haven't received any correspondence, any email or mail or anything from YouTube saying you've gotten over 100,000 views, so congratulations, we're gonna send you a certificate or something. And I know they do that after 100,000 views, but I'm guessing what that means is you have to do that
Well met.
on a single video. So I'd like to see that happen. It would be nice to have a memento. Right now, the only thing I have that even proves I've done any work on YouTube at all, besides the videos being up, and if the channel got deleted, then all that would go away. So the only evidence I have at all that I've done anything is at best going to be a screenshot. And that's not cool. I could get a screenshot of my ad revenue. That I've earned. Not a picture of a check or really receive any of that money. That eventually is going to actually happen though. That's getting close. Videos that are also getting suggested higher, and it's kind of irritating that the videos that are getting higher are getting higher because people are upset with those videos. So some of my worst videos are the ones getting suggested, and it's not something I'd prefer to happen. Let's see. I want to do this, and then I want to do this, and then I guess
Nothing
I'll do this.
scares me.
Job's done.
Except the mice.
So yeah, Kerbal Space Program videos are still getting a lot of views with the bad audio, and somebody said they couldn't hear my Hearthstone deck tracker video with the game audio was too loud, and you know what? It was too loud, but that's the first person in 40,000 views to even say it. And that is a statement more to the retention rate of people watching my videos. It's just like people just watch the first 3 minutes. That's about it. And my retention rate is awful on my videos. It's something I definitely want to work on. I don't know exactly how to work on it, but it's something I want to work on. Try to have better content every day. Every day is trying to make better content. That's certainly true. That's why I'm messing with Blender a little bit and thinking about trying to find somebody that could do Blender. I'm trying to put a I'm thinking about putting a very quick intro on my videos, just something loud and attention getting that would be like a second, maybe half a second, just a quick, here's what you got, that's it, instead of just not having anything.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Giddy up!
Do I really need to kill this one? Not really. Let's just hit him in the face. Right now, he's got 10 cards in his hands if you healed. But having 10 cards in your hands is also a problem.
My eyes are open.
Well, this will be interesting.
Back to your homes.
Reporting for duty.
So this is the 0 mana spell for the paladin. Spend all your mana, restore twice that much health. So 2 turns I could restore 20 health.
Put your faith in the light.
Let's see. What else? Yeah, I was going to talk about YouTube. YouTube has announced that they're going to start working on something they should have done 5 years ago. That is the right way for this statement to be said. It would be
Reporting for duty.
kind of dishonest to say it any other way. They have said now, they said a shocking thing, first of all, that only 1% of
The battle.
content ID claims are
The
disputed.
battle.
That's shockingly low. But somewhat understandable because the system is so rigged. Why would people dispute it? Half the people don't even know how to dispute it, and even if you do dispute it, it's so easy for the false content ID claimer to say no, it's a valid comment, and then you have to go into the potentially we're gonna sue you step, which nobody even wants to go that
This
far.
is my responsibility.
I hope this takes this guy out.
The battle.
This is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to. I need to move over to Priest. This deck has got some,
The battle.
needs some work to it,
Back
obviously.
to your homes.
Reporting for duty.
So yeah, YouTube said less than 1% of people dispute it. If you're a YouTuber, dispute it. At least do the original dispute. Maybe this is the reason why YouTube is so stupid. I mean, how can I say it any other way? Is that they just don't see the statistics of what is really happening for content creators. And it's just constant content IDs for certain videos. And if you're doing a series with 30 videos, you've got 30 content IDs, and the system says if you get 2 strikes, your 1 strike cripples your channel, and then the second strike cripples it even more, and then deletes it on the third. And it's not even true, because people have been crippled and destroyed on the first strike.
To battle. To battle.
But what YouTube has said they're going to do, I haven't actually said it yet, is they're going to now, when you dispute it, they're going to continue to have ads rolling. So if I put out a video that I recorded today and somebody content ID'd it, I still have to be super on the ball. You have to be like, the second that content ID comes, you have to dispute it, because even an hour's difference there, that money is going probably to the people that are claiming it, I would say. So that hour of revenue is probably still gonna be handed. I mean, they weren't really clear about this, but that's probably the case. It probably is the case. If you waited a day and it's that first day and you got 1 million views on it, it wouldn't surprise me if all that money still gets handed to them until you hit that dispute button. And then as soon as you hit the dispute button, everything gets put in an escrow account, just like a separate account where they're saying, well, now we're just going to hold that ad revenue, but I bet they're not going to roll that back. I bet they're not going to say, well, since you disputed this, we're going to go back to 24 hours ago when the first content ID showed up and put that in there. They should, but I bet that's not the case. There is some just wrong information.
Oops, I
Is this a Cthulhu deck? I think this is a Cthulhu deck. Ooh, we're gonna play Cthulhu deck, okay. Wow, and I should have ended the recording. Oh well, we're gonna go a little long. So now they're gonna hold it, and whoever wins that claim is going to
Do you hear its call? Rope it to the face.
is going to get the money,
Listen
which
closely.
is a lot better. It's something that should have always been there. It's better for YouTube, in all honesty, because before, when it was disputed, they weren't doing any ads on them. And so this really is given, more than anything else, it is given YouTube yet another revenue source.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Rope it to the face.
It'll be funny if I win here before Cthulhu even is drawn. That's one of the dangers of a deck like this too, is that you're just gonna, Cthulhu's just gonna never be drawn.
Oops, I broke it.
Your deck betrays you.
15 to 27, which is going to quickly become 15 to 30. So yeah, that's nice. Apparently, according to Jim Sterling, you can get around the content ID things by forcing several competing companies to content ID it until you find one that has will put no monetization on it, and then that trumps everything else. So you can then just say, screw everybody, nobody's getting any money, including you. That's doable.
In the light's name.
Seems like it works. Let's go ahead and kill this.
It's coming!
The problem with what Jim Sterling is doing, however, is that I don't know if he isn't actually... It seems like he might dangerously be opening himself to an actual lawsuit of being sued. That's really what it's going to come down to, is because if he's just intentionally, blatantly not using fairly using it. I mean, because a lot of times he's just playing music and dancing to music just for no reason, or playing content without commenting on it and not using it as an example. I mean, at a certain point, it is this, he's not doing it. He's not actually using fair use, which actually means he might get sued. That would certainly create a chilling effect if he got sued out of existence.
Truth is my shield.
And that's not what we want to have happen. Yeah, if I could just get through. Alright. This guy.
Embrace the void.
This guy.
Feel my pain!
Attack this guy. And then do this. Then end the turn. All I need is Cthulhu now and I'll win. Do I have the... Hooded Acolyte? No, that's not it. No, I don't have the card here that would work.
Are you my master?
Let's go ahead and end our turn right here, I guess. There's nothing more I can do. So here's the problem with the Cthulhu deck. You can see it's like I can't do anything to really win until I get Cthulhu. He's just gonna sit here and constantly play control against me.
Embrace
This.
the void.
And then this,
Job's done.
and then end the turn. So yeah, but YouTube also, hopefully it will have come out by now. I have noticed on a video, just got really lucky. It seems like they're experimenting with annotations on the
A symphony
on
of
mobile platforms, both an Android phone and a iPhone. On one very specific video, had a spotlight animation, which is a hidden square. We can have a board if you wanted to, and where you can click on it and go to the next video, and it works fine on desktop. But that's an annotation that certainly hasn't worked. And I've experimented with my own videos, and I certainly don't have that feature. So it's a beta thing, it may never come out, but that is
Do you know the secret handshake?
something that I would be very happy to see. I wonder if some of that's never gonna actually come about or only a few of those things are going to come about, and maybe it's a different type of annotations completely, and they're going to get rid of the current ones. But that changes the dynamic about how fast and how much an outro would help my channel, because if I can put an outro and then have those annotations always there, that would be great. But there's also some weirdness there of just like moving an annotation from one to the other is still a nightmare. Still have to use TubeBuddy, and I'm not making enough money to actually pay TubeBuddy the $60 a month or whatever they want. Cthulhu would do 20 damage. All I need is to draw him. This is the problem with the Cthulhu deck, and this is why I don't like him. I don't like this strategy. The only reason why I'm even still alive is because this guy is just a terrible Hearthstone player. That's all there really is to it. I mean, he's doing pretty good strategies too, and he's still a terrible. So each hand, this one will transform. So this is a legendary I was playing with, and if I play him now, he won't transform. So I have to wait next turn, and he'll transform into some other random minion, which I'll take any random minion you've got right now. Almost certainly would win if I drew Cthulhu. Divine Shield. Return a friendly minion from the battlefield to your hand. That's not going to help me any.
Cthulhu is my shield.
So I've lost the game. Wow. I mean, ridiculous. Cthulhu is like at 21, and yet I've lost the game. And frankly, this guy should have won a long time ago. If he had better cards and played better, he would have won. What else is coming around the bend with YouTube? Well, I will, I guess, talk about it in the next recording. We're going 3 recordings. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. I hope that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.